Welcome back to the Smallz Talk Podcast. Today, we're all here, and we're feeling good. And it's sunny out. There's some crazy lightning and thunder earlier.
We've had crazy weather here lately. I feel like it's very bipolar.
It is. It's kind of, yeah. It's just Is
it like a normal thing? I think that's like a normal thing in New Hampshire, though.
Yeah, New England in general.
Yeah,
That's just
for sure.
because, you have that stream air that comes across the United States here because we're...
Oh, the good old jet stream there, bud.
Jet stream, and that thing just drops a butt ton of doo-doo weather on us real quick. Just a hot, whoa, what's up? Bad weather. And then it's out,
Yeah, it makes that noise. It's fucking terrifying, to be honest.
Yeah, it's actually why everybody in New England has anxiety problems.
And depression.
And depression. Dude, I actually read a headline to an article about, why am I having a hard time with this?
Is that the name of the article?
Literally, once I finished reading it, it was like, why are you having such a hard time with this? No, it was about NYPD officers. 5 of them have committed suicide. 6, I think, total suicides this year.
Really?
And yeah, they're like, this.
That's a very high stress job, though.
Is it? I don't know. I'm not a cop, but I would imagine.
To be a police officer? I could imagine, dude.
Yeah, but you don't hear officers up here offing themselves.
That's true. I feel like the magnitude of things are
it's different.
Worse though, because you have just so much more population.
Yeah, and there's probably way worse shit in New York City.
Yeah, way worse shit and way more frequent.
Mm-hmm.
The frequency of it would be higher. The occurrence rate.
Yeah, I get, but back in the 80s, I watched a documentary on this. New York City was terrible. Really bad drug crimes and just really bad. The policing wasn't that great. There was a lot of corruption in you want to be. Yeah. A lot of corruption in the police department. And there's this one dude who was kind of an overachiever, someone you would find annoying. Dude, chill, bro. What are you doing? Always doing this over the top shit and you're just annoying people. Well,
as a cop?
Yeah. He was kind of that wicked nerdy cop who took the job way too seriously. You know what I mean?
If that's possible.
If that's possible, right? But eventually he actually got into a position of power once I think a new mayor came in or something. All this shit's probably wrong, by the way, so look it up. But it's based in truth. So basically what he found out was that all the crime, or the majority of the crime that was happening from a small niche group of people. And if you can find these people, he drew up a map. So I didn't draw up a map, but he put a map up on a board and started putting pins where all these crimes were happening. And he identified these hot spots. Oh, you know what? This was a podcast actually.
Yeah, the one that I told you to listen to.
Was it Reply All?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was Reply All. And or was it?
Yeah, it was Reply All.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do you listen to The Daily?
Nope.
Okay, so I guess it was Reply All. Yeah, and this guy, he created these hot spots on this map with just little pins. And then they identified where those were happening in the subways, and they were catching people, and crime rate just dropped, basically. And now they have a system that is, an online system that does the same thing, essentially, with dots. And
that's pretty cool.
And it gives out basically objectives hey, this time there's going to be crime here, and it kind of predicts where people are going to be.
So yeah, I was going to say it's predictive crime fighting.
Right, yeah. But
that's pretty cool.
The issue with that is that you have to somewhere down the line, it basically forces you to give tickets to people that don't really deserve a ticket.
Yeah.
Because you have to fulfill this quota. And you have to make sure
that does kind of suck.
Yeah, so that was one of the issues that was pointed out there.
It was if anyone wants to listen to it, it was Reply All. And it was a 2-part episode because it goes really in depth into the story. And the episode was called The Crime Machine.
Yeah, that's what it was. That was a really good one.
Yep.
How do you guys feel about surveillance states like England? How they have all the cameras all throughout the countryside in London and stuff?
Oh, dude, that's been a hot topic.
Does it make you guys uncomfortable, or does it make you feel safe?
See, I have my roommate loves to put cameras everywhere, and he was like, I want to put a camera in the kitchen. I was like, no, Absolutely fucking not. Fuck off. That's weird. You know what I mean? You just having it inside, being watched all the time itself is not great. I mean, that's like in China, they use that to enforce their behavior. You know, the government uses it to enforce their way of thinking. It's very not good, very dystopian. They use it in a very dystopian way.
Yeah.
And they actually have like detention facilities where they put people that are like going against the Chinese culture to.
Aren't they? I saw like a Vox thing about this.
Yeah.
That they're like going after a certain group that's in their like Western province, I think.
Yeah. It's a
They're
specific
like the
group.
Muslim minority.
Is it Muslim? Is it Jewish or Muslims? I think it is Muslims.
I thought they were Muslims, yeah.
Could be.
It was like
Yeah.
Jaegers? I don't know.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
like
it was something
that.
like that.
I don't know if that would happen in the United States, because there's a particular thing about being born into a free society that, like, if someone were to come and take that away from us, we'd get very upset. You'd have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, just look at all the people in prison. Like, I bet they feel that exact same way.
Right.
The thing, I feel like
And-
we're surveilled more than people realize as it is already.
I bet you our network traffic is. But there's not that many cameras around. Like, you don't drive around the city or at least our city, and see that many cameras. I'm sure in New York City it's very different, but it's one of those things where it's like the next level of safety is going to be cameras all over the place. And you're just walking a fine line at that point. I mean, that's how we identified the Boston bombers, were pictures and security footage. So, you know, in that instance, it was, you know, handled very well. I think they found them within a week of it happening, which is pretty quick. You know, I mean, they weren't wearing anything that was crazy identifiable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they weren't wearing any like disguises either, though.
Right. Yeah. But they did that job pretty quick.
Yeah, I guess in situations like that, I can see the benefit for sure. It just makes me uncomfortable to think about being observed all the time.
Oh, I hate it too. Because you have the issue where it can be used against you, you know? You picking your nose, or you're pulling a wedgie out and
Right, you're gonna get extorted.
extorted, right? You're adjusting your ball sack because it's hot out and you got bat wings. You know what I mean? Like,
Just give
there's shit like
Progressive
Got
a call
swamp ass.
if someone's trying to extort you. That's all. Who you gonna call?
progressive. I think there's gonna have to be a level of necessity for cameras. I mean, honestly, even it's a different type of camera, but computer vision used for stoplights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing. Anytime I see that, my heart just flutters with excitement, because I hate sitting at a stoplight. It's literally the biggest waste of time, especially at night when there's nobody around.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than sitting at a red light at like 1 or 2 in the morning. There's nobody else on the road and you're just waiting to like
Yeah,
turn left
like
or go
never
straight through
wants
an
to turn.
intersection. It's fucked. Yeah, you sit there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
And there's no need for it. No need. We have cameras. Yeah, there's definitely uses for it. But I don't know why people were offing themselves in New York City. Like, could it just be the hours that they work, the things that they see? I mean,
What job has the highest suicide rate?
ooh, that's a great question. Let's Google.
I think police officer would definitely be up there.
No, I feel like,
Or maybe like soldier or like veteran.
yeah, veteran. Number 9, scientist. Number 8, pharmacists. 7, farm workers. 6, electricians. 5, real
Ooh.
estate. Is this right? Is this pay? Is this salary, or is this suicides? 9 jobs with the highest suicide rates.
It seems like
Great
a bit of a
spot.
discrepancy there.
4 lawyers. 3 financial planners. 2 dentists. Number 1 is doctors. Doctors are 1.7 times more likely to commit suicide than the average American.
Wow.
Interesting.
I don't know where they get that statistic. This is a really spammy website. It's called blackdoctor.org.
I think it has to do with everyone.
Yeah, no,
eating
that doesn't sound like
apples.
reputable.
Oh, here, this is CNN. These jobs have the highest
Still
suicide.
not reputable. Fake news.
Fake news.
Or is that Fox? I can never remember. Is it everything?
It's
Yeah,
everything.
It's all fake.
For women, the largest increase, 54% from 2012 to 2015, was among food preparation and serving related occupations such as chefs, bar managers, and baristas. Okay. For men, it was construction and extraction, jobs such as carpenters, electricians, and miners, art, design, entertainment, sports, and media jobs, installation, maintenance and repair, like everything. I'm pretty sure it's just listing everything.
That's just a list of careers, I think, is what you're just reading out.
I don't know. Okay, well, interesting, but there is like dudes actually committing suicide because of they can't get a woman. I forget what the name of that self-proclaimed. I forget what the term is.
Abstinence?
No, they just basically it's popular amongst white males, but they say that they are unable to get a significant other.
Should the government provide mates?
I feel like we've mentioned this in a podcast before.
I've made that comment before.
The
answer is yes.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Be social. Get a girlfriend.
Right. I don't know.
Or adjust your standards. It's not that hard.
Yeah, you could adjust your standards. I would imagine that's probably the barrier right there, is just like dudes being like, no, I can't settle for somebody that's quote unquote on my level. Which I have a hard time with that one anyway, because people are like, oh, that person's way out of your league. And it's like,
what the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean? Because
like looks wise? I could see it in like one certain area.
Yeah.
Like if they're way more attractive than you, or like they're way more educated.
Yeah, see, those both would happen for me. Like,
hit you with a twofer right off the break.
Like they make more money than me, they're smarter than me, they're more attractive than me. Pretty much
so
most
maybe it needs to be like a group,
just,
like if
in a whole nother category.
Well, I mean, when people say that, I always think, okay, well, it doesn't. I mean, I get where you're coming from, like the physical aspects.
Plus, I have a small wiener. And
yeah.
Yeah, but you don't usually lead off with that,
that's
though.
That's
right.
literally.
Oh, see, well, there's your fucking problem.
Because I want to be upfront. I want to be honest with them. I don't want to string them along and disappoint them.
Hey, this is what you got to look forward to if you continue talking to me. It's a small cock.
I hope you like the metric system, because I'm punching a centimeter.
Punching 100 millimeters.
Dan just walks up, drops trowel. This is what I got. Take it or leave it.
I hand them a magnifying glass too. Check it out.
Check it out.
I'd say smack it on the table, but that'd have to be a pretty small table.
Yep. Hey, you know those little tiny plastic things that come in pizza boxes sometimes to prevent like the lid from?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a little table.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Takes up about half of that.
Well,
is that too big though? How
it takes
big
up
are
like
those?
half of one of those.
Okay. Moving on.
No. This is the podcast.
No, not the podcast.
Welcome to the Small Dick Podcast.
As you can see, our maturity level here is on par with some of the greatest men in history.
Visionaries.
Visionaries.
Okay. That's the term I like to use. Okay.
Mm-hmm. What were we talking about before dicks came up?
I think we were talking about men not being able to find relationships, and then that led into people talking about if they're out of your league. I think is where we left off.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's like if you have somebody, if you're dating somebody, and somebody says they're out of your league, that's an incorrect statement because you're dating the person.
Right.
It's like the second that you're dating that person, they're in your league. You know what I mean? That's whether
Yeah, I could see that. Well, I think when they say that, it's usually referring to like one or two things. Like I said, like if she's like way more attractive than you, it's like a jab at you, or I guess a compliment to her. I don't know. That seems double-sided.
Yeah, I think people say it as a compliment to. I mean, if you're talking with like the female's more attractive than the male, which I guess is probably the majority of the times you hear that, right? It's always a dude.
I don't think anyone would. I've never seen that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I mean, I've seen it where it's like, I've heard people go, "Oh, dude, like he could do so much better. Like, what is he doing?" But I think you're just like, no. I mean, if that's the person that they're with, and that they are in, by the nature of them just existing together, they are in each other's league. But
right, kind of like by default.
Right. But it's definitely just like a jab at the dude, or it's a cheap compliment to the woman. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's like a dad thing, or like an awkward uncle thing to say.
Right.
Like, man, you're punching out of your weight class, or something like that.
Creepy grandson. You should get a bumper sticker, creepy grandson. I like that.
I totally should.
But
She'd never notice though.
no. Yeah, so I mean, if you look at it in an objective way, personality and looks, without a doubt, have to be acceptable to both people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, I don't think that interaction starts without both of those conditions being met.
Right. Like if you're gonna walk up and talk to somebody, it's initially based off looks, right?
Yeah, unless you're like forced into it somehow.
Right. Like arranged marriages.
Well, I was thinking like maybe you have to like work together in school or something, like
Oh yeah.
something not forcing people together.
Right. Like you guys both go through your awkward stage together. Like maybe you were
Yeah.
dating before that, and you dated all through high school, and you went through your awkward change, and you still liked each other, even though you ended up on different spectrums of the looks table.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking about this. That's just something that came up. I don't know.
Zach's just like, I blacked out for a second there, and when I woke
what
up,
year
there
is
was
that?
words still coming out of my mouth, and I don't know what happened.
Am I still talking?
Am I still
What
talking?
the fuck?
Listen, I've had a long day. I went to breakfast with
It's
you
been
guys.
a long day. It really
We
has.
shot guns. I feel like I've driven like 10,000 miles today. I played Subnautica. It's,
Do you
Aerogel.
count your driving in Subnautica as actual driving?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Virtual miles are the same as real. Absolutely.
How many in-game hours do you have, you think?
14.
That's a lower number than I anticipated.
Well, I mean, I got it like a couple of weeks ago. That's why.
Oh. Well, I guess there's not a whole lot of content finished there either.
Right. If there was like a story mode, I'd get hooked.
I don't even want to look at like the other Subnautica, how long I played it for.
There's multiple Subnauticas.
I don't even know if I should be. I'm just gonna admit it. Okay. I played like 36 hours on that other Subnautica in the course of like. I'm pretty sure I beat that game in like was it a week, 2 weeks?
It was quick.
It was quick. Like I went ham on that. It's weird. Like I said, I've said this before. I get into these weird I have obsessive tendencies, not with like bad shit though. It's usually like shit that has
Not drugs.
right. I'm not
At
like
least not right in it. Yeah.
yeah. Whoa, dude, what the fuck? No,
Fingers
I don't.
crossed.
I don't have like alcoholic tendencies or drug abuse tendencies. And I'm lucky for that. I feel like some people just get stuck with that shit because of their genetics. I definitely think there's an inclination. I eat too much sometimes. And by sometimes I mean like 5 days a week, but that's something that's recent.
I'm just gonna glaze over that.
But but the thing is my mom does that too. So I think it's correlated because I use food as like a comfort thing. If I'm having a bad day, food. If I'm having a good day, food.
Yeah, like stressed out or not stressed out. Food.
Yeah, like when we were in college together, food.
Just had to happen.
But yeah, 36 hours in that game. So I just obsessed with that game because it's a survival game. Subnautica is a survival game. You're underwater. You have like submarines. I feel like a kid talking about this. But
was it the submarines that got you?
yeah, I think the second I said submarine, I was like, "Holy fuck, I'm a man child." Like it hit hard right there. It fucking
I like
hit
the guy
hard.
this morning. Excuse me, I overheard you guys. Do you guys work with Aerogel? And you're like, no, it's
You're
just
like,
a video game.
No. Dude, he was like, let's talk about engineering. You know what was
dude,
funny?
he was so ready to have a
He
different
was,
conversation.
100%.
Dude, he was so fucking cocked and loaded for that conversation that even after I said it's a video, we were talking about a video game, he's like, I'm gonna say what I had queued up anyway. And he was like,
yeah, dude.
talking about
That was
aerogel
awesome.
and like a wetsuit or something like that. I'm like, okay.
I mean, it was
hey,
still
I like,
interesting, and like I still wanted to hear about it. Don't get me wrong.
Right. I mean, the reason why I love those interactions because the reason why we started this podcast was because we were sitting at a diner eating. We were talking about just kind of government and how we as millennials or this generation should and need to pick up the slack and move into politics and start shaping policies and all that. And the gentleman next to us, who was just, he was probably around 45-ish, 40 to 45. He was
So
just
on the verge of being the problem.
yeah, Right. I would have just rejected him if he was an elderly man. I would have been like, "Shut the fuck up, dude. You're the problem." No, I'm just kidding. That's so mean.
Get off the roads. Get out of our fucking policy.
Well, yeah, he just like chimed in, thought that we were having a really interesting conversation. We kept talking. So,
What were his points?
I don't fucking remember. It was a long time ago.
But
I mean, essentially it was like, yeah, you guys should be doing that. And this, that, and the other thing. I feel like if you were to talk about what we were talking about then, it wouldn't be funny. It would be interesting, but it wouldn't be funny because it was a very dry topic.
Yeah, politics is often very dry.
Yeah, and
which is why I think
polarizing. Yeah.
Yeah, there are a couple barriers to entry there.
Yeah, so I don't know. But it was cool. I love those interactions when people just start talking to you about stuff. It was really funny how people have the tendency to be like, yeah, I have this queued up. Those guys must be like engineers. And we're just like, nah, man. I mean, I'm technically an engineer, but it's not in aerogel, not in something fancy like that. We're just talking about a video game.
Technically an engineer.
That's what the man calls me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the man.
Yeah.
The government.
The government.
The government calls me morbidly obese.
They call me colorblind, so I'm fighting with you, brother.
They call me healthy, and I don't feel it, so I don't know.
I feel like a dirtbag, to be honest.
Really? I feel like a piece of shit. Are you sure I'm okay?
Can you check those calculations again, bud?
We're running the numbers right now. Your blood test says you're a normal human being. I'm like, well, my mind says I'm a fucking piece of shit, so something's wrong here.
Either my mind's fucked, you're fucked.
I do want to do a recap or just to go over what happened. We talked about how there was a kid who is a man. He's like 20-something, early 20s, who was driving a truck with a big trailer on it and cut across a 2-lane road, killed 7 bikers. Apparently, that was a major fuck up on our policing force and our systems to stop things like that from happening. Apparently, that guy was arrested in Texas with a crack pipe, I think that was. Yep. He had a DUI in Connecticut, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Connecticut.
Was it Connecticut or Texas? It was one of the two.
Well, I know he got arrested for substance abuse or some shit like that in Texas. He also got a DUI in Connecticut, and Massachusetts still gave him his commercial whatever, some license that he's not supposed to have.
He also flipped a commercial vehicle in Texas before as well, separate from that other event he was found with the drugs.
Well, I mean, he's a bad driver, but you can't like put someone in jail for flipping a truck. You know what I mean?
Right.
It could have been an accident.
Well, no, they think that he was under the influence at that time, but like they weren't able to prove it or something.
So it just seems like a system failure. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? How do you? Well, actually, you said, Dan, earlier today that the RMV, is that what they call it in Mass?
Yeah, DMV, RMV, same thing.
Yeah. The person who is the head of the department that gives out licenses in Massachusetts resigned over the incident because it was just a pure lack of continuity. Not continuity, but it slipped through their fingers.
Diplomacy?
And it shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. It slipped through their fingers and it shouldn't have. And that really sucks. And it was a veterans biker group that got hit too. Which, by the way, do you think that people who do specific things in their life are more valuable than others in society's eyes?
Like you're saying, are veterans more valuable than normal citizens?
I mean, you could use that as an instance, but basically people that add value in a way. So if the world was ending and scientists were coming around, they wanted to pick people for the next society. Like they would pick scientists and all these very intelligent people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that what you do with your life has a weight on how much quote unquote value you are to the world? Like, are you more valuable? Is Elon Musk more valuable than a person that is lazy, doesn't do anything, and maybe just makes really bad life decisions, like is an alcoholic or does drugs all the time?
Subjectively, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to, because the way our social system is constructed is basically based off of merit or how much value you give, right?
Right.
I think the lines are kind of grayed out now with social media because you have people that are social media influencers who make a lot more money than people who add a ton of value. So I think the lines are a little bit skewed there, but
Yeah, it's definitely not as black and white as it used to be.
yeah, definitely not.
Fucking influencers.
Right.
Fucking everything up.
It's like, is a person that posts pictures of themselves and their physique more important than a doctor? Definitely not. But that doctor probably doesn't make as much as that person. You know what I mean? If they have really good physique and they're very social media proficient.
I made that argument with
Mhm.
like athletes. Like, why do athletes get paid significant amounts more than people who save people's lives, you know?
Yeah. Well, athletes, that's
They provide
interesting.
entertainment.
Yeah, I feel like athletes have a special role in society. You could say that social media influencers also provide entertainment, but
Do they though?
do they?
Do
You know what I
they?
mean? Like, it's not like, it's kind of cheap entertainment. A picture versus somebody who shows their mental tenacity and their willpower and strength and
physical-
dedication. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like that. An athlete versus somebody who's a model. While yes, being a model can be difficult and often is because you need to stay in shape and this, that, and the other thing. If you were to take an athlete and put them into a model's position, they would have an easier time transitioning than a model being put in an athlete's position. You know what I mean?
I just imagine like a Victoria's Secret model just
On the
being
football field.
obliterated on the football field.
Yeah. Like, that's not going to happen. It's just,
Right.
you can't do that. Whereas if you have an athlete, I think of Julian Edelman when I think of an athlete these days, but
I mean, if you want to talk about supermodels and Julian Edelman and sports athlete, I think you're in the right place.
yeah. That man is a handsome man.
Stud.
Stud. And he's my height. So 5'10". What's up, dude? Yeah, he's 5'10".
I thought he was shorter than that.
Julian.
Yeah, basically anyone under
Edelman.
6 feet is just really short, Jake.
Yeah, he's 5'10".
Wow.
So suck it,
Might
motherfuckers.
as well
Listen.
be 5'3".
Yeah, right. If somebody was like, here's Julian Edelman at 5'10", and then here's this 6'4" dude with like, I don't know, decent looks, but not as like, it's just like, it's Julian Edelman. Who would give up Julian Edelman? It's just fucking stupid, okay? I can't think of a good analogy, all right? You just don't give up Julian Edelman. Motherfucker, he's 198 pounds of muscle. Damn.
he's a good looking dude.
He's shredded though. That's a lot of muscle. Wow, holy fuck. That's impressive.
Wow.
Honestly, I would have him piss in a cup and test that shit because the 198 pounds of just pure muscle.
He failed a PED test last year.
He did?
Yeah. He was suspended
See?
for 4 games.
I fucking knew it. That bastard's
I'd
juicing.
still let him ragdoll me though.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at pictures of Julian Edelman.
We're all looking at Julian Edelman pictures, like just complete silence.
I swear to God, guys, we're not gay. It's just this guy, man.
Oh.
dude. If you look at pictures of him as like a younger fella, you know,
Feller?
he's not. He looks like that dude in high school that you're like, dude, you're kind of a bit of a douche, right?
No, I think he definitely like glowed up.
Oh,
for
dude, he
sure.
glowed the fuck up. Got the beard with the hair, a little bit of a tan.
I think
that-
success definitely helps.
Yeah, when you have millions of dollars, it's amazing how much better you can look.
I wonder
Amazing.
what girl would say no to Julian Edelman.
Like ones that aren't alive or
The ones that are dead.
lesbians, right? Maybe not even. No, I can't even say all lesbians, right? Because I feel like he's a turner, right? If Julian Edelman walks in the room,
I think he has the power to turn, yeah.
yeah, men want to be him and women want him. He's that guy.
He's Tom Brady?
All right, now that we've concluded our gay section of the podcast, we're gonna move on.
Pulls Julian Edelman's dick out of our mouth. All right, let's continue with the podcast.
Irrelevant. This is just like a ranty ass podcast, but whatever. That's the kind
That's
of day
okay.
I'm having right now. I just want to relax and just banter. So if you don't like it, go ahead and stop listening to the podcast.
Bye.
Or actually, better idea, send in your suggestions to the Facebook page, which is Smallz Talk Podcast on Facebook. Or you can, man, I wish I had another way for you guys to give me suggestions. Add me on Snapchat.
We'll wait here. We'll still be
Instagram.
here.
Yeah. Just call in. Just give us a call. Somebody give out their number.
603.
No. I already had to bleep out you saying your company name.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Should have let them Darwinism. Let them die by it.
4 people just
What?
show up at your work.
I mean, we have security.
Yeah, but
Hey, I'm looking for diluted nut.
But the 4 people is like me, Dan. I'm looking for diluted nut. Oh my god.
I've been really wanting to try golf.
Really?
Yeah, I've been like watching golf videos.
Yo, if you guys want to go golfing, since I have a broken foot, I'll just drive you around in the golf cart. I'll kind of be like
oh
a
my
caddy.
god, you can be our caddy
but
daddy.
I won't fully caddy you
Oh.
by bringing out your bags because that.
No, you could just drive us around.
I'll
I
chauffeur
feel like it'd be
you guys.
lit.
It'll be good.
That's where if you want to make apparently if you want to make money and become successful, you go play golf. Okay, that's just I don't know
feel like
what
it's
it
just
is.
a lifestyle that I can embrace. You know.
Yeah, because it's like for you get pissed off a lot at like specific things. Like if you were to play paintball and you just got like shot a bunch of times, like you had a bad game, you would just be so down the dumps.
Mm-hmm.
You would not be having a good time. But I feel like with golf, you'd be the same, but less. You know what I mean? Like just a little bit less.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not getting hurt. You know, you're not like exerting yourself. You're like, oh, if I miss whatever, I can jump. You know, go back to caddy daddy, give him a hug, and then
He'll make me feel better.
Exactly.
I feel like golf would be very stressful in the beginning. I think I'd want to start with just like driving, like just get a driver and go to a driving range.
Yeah, you know what?
But I don't know if they'll allow you to like, do they rent equipment at golf courses? Like, could you go and like get a set of clubs just to use for the day?
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course. But I mean, you're a bit of a pleb when you do that. But I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, just to see like how I like it, you know? I don't know. That's my whole thing. I haven't really figured out like where to start,
I don't know. We could go to
how to get my feet dirty.
You go up to some ritzy town though and start golfing, dress up, act like we're rich, and you know, I think you and I could have a good banter with the old folk. I feel like they'd just be like, you know what, you kids are good kids. Here, have our money. You know what I mean?
I was here. Have our inheritance.
Yeah. You know what? You're my son now.
The son I never had, but I do have. But he fucking went to Europe and started DJing. So fuck him.
He went to Ibiza, man. He got lost in the sauce. I think that'd be fun. But I just have such a hard time just doing one swing. Like that's the thing for me. I'm kind of when I want to do sports or some activity, it's got to be high volume, high intensity. I'm a high volume.
Like you have to do the
high
action
intensity.
a lot?
I got to do it a lot, man. I got to get out there. I got to, you know, like that's why I play paintball, bro. I get out there, I'm getting shot at, adrenaline's flowing, heart rate's up. I'm living life. It's living life on the edge. And then if you translate that to golf, it doesn't quite translate because you're just there, you know? But golf
Well, I feel
is
like
something
if you
can
hit like a nasty putt or drive like the furthest you've ever, you know, driven before, I feel like that could get you a good high.
could be pretty satisfying. I mean, I haven't really done it, you know? I mean, my extent of golfing is mini golf on some shitty dates, you know, when I was a kid. And that's mostly
whoa.
it. So,
I'm pretty sure we went mini golfing like within the past couple of years. And then you're calling me a shitty date?
we did?
Didn't we go to that glow place?
I don't know.
I think so.
Glow place.
Yeah, I think so.
The glow golf?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the indoor glow golf and the. I want to bleep that out
and then
too.
we did-
I gotta stop saying these
Yeah,
locations.
you call out locations like we're gonna get fucking missile striked because you just call every 2 seconds.
Let him hit us.
Just give them the fucking longitude latitude while you're at it. Jeez.
I mean, I can if you'd like. I'll give him the fucking grid code.
Yeah, do it.
Hold on, I gotta Google it.
And then there was the that other place in which
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in there.
All right. Enough with the
Well, I
locations.
just did it because you weren't catching on. So
Okay. Somewhere in our region, we may have gone golfing.
4276.
No, stop.
so you're so just to confirm, you're calling me a shitty date though.
Dan, I'm not saying you were a shitty date. I'm saying that I've been on some shitty
Well,
dates.
it was a nice
and one just happened to be
podcast.
yours.
Bye guys.
Goodbye, everybody. Been
That's
nice.
it. Thanks for hanging out. But real talk
What's your
has.
favorite date spot? Like, do you got like a go-to set of dates?
I mean, I'm a pretty big fan of my bed.
Yeah, me too. To be honest, sleep is cool.
Sleep is cool. But outside the house, I would say, well, everybody already does like food. Everybody already goes out and just goes and gets some food somewhere, right?
Yeah, that's like a given. But do you have any like
Activities?
activity
I don't
style
know.
things?
Fuck, now I sound like a boring
usually
ass
go
human
to
being.
Chernobyl.
I would say,
Check out.
Yeah, Chernobyl really gets it going. You know,
yeah, aphrodisiac right there. Just tickles the pickle in a certain way
Get
with those.
head 10 out of 10
For me
times.
though, I've been out of the dating game, if you would, for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like we go on like date nights,
Well,
if
you
you
guys
would
still
call
don't-
it, which is like with
Yeah.
our schedules though, it's like it usually ends up being like dinner and a movie kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like as
Gotcha.
dumb
Movie's
as
a
that is,
classic.
but
Honestly, though, movies aren't good.
I feel like
I really feel like
No, because you just sit there and you don't talk to
Right.
the other person.
right.
Uh,
It's shit. You want to converse.
I feel like being in a long-term relationship though, even if you're doing date nights, it ends up being a lot different than when you're actively trying to get, a girlfriend or boyfriend kind of thing. Because I feel like you're trying very hard to impress someone and to like gain them over kind of thing, if you would.
Mm.
Whereas once you're in the relationship, as bad as it sounds, like it's not so much that you're settling, but it's like you're not trying to put on the show of like trying to impress someone anymore.
Right.
Right.
You guys don't role play at all.
I mean, last night she was Jake and I was Zach, but
That's so weird because last night.
We role played the Smallz Talk Podcast. Yeah. It's,
you don't even want to know where the microphone was. The one that I'm using
oh
right
my
now.
god.
Oh, is that why it smells
Yeah.
weird? Jesus.
Oh my god. Okay, moving on. I don't know. I would say what adults usually like just drink. Like that's a popular
Mm.
thing. You're gonna go get a flight of beer somewhere at some brewery, and there's nothing wrong.
Well, I
with
think that counts as like food though. Like I think food and drink you could lump into one like style.
I don't
which
know.
is just like
you can't.
social outside interaction.
You're not gonna go play hockey with her or paintball or go skydiving. Those are just like
Rock climbing's fun.
rock climbing. Mm.
Builds trust too. Get her a little bit scared out of her comfort zone.
I don't know if I would do that as a date. Are we talking first dates? Let's talk first dates.
No, I guess. I think the mandatory first date is like dinner,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like isn't that like the standard?
Mandatory first date dinner.
Is that not true?
Yeah,
like have you
yeah,
ever gone on a
it- yeah,
first
it
date that
is.
wasn't?
It is, yeah.
So I was thinking like dating scene or date night
You know what? Okay.
activities.
Is cooking count as an activity? Like I feel like you could take a cooking class and that would be a fun date.
Yeah, cooking
Actually,
for
I
sure.
did like the beach a couple times. Like
How'd you do the beach?
go there, you can get food and stuff there.
Yeah.
You can just walk the boardwalk.
Oh, dude,
Wednesday
all
nights,
lines lead back to food.
I think they do fireworks around here. I think it's Wednesday
Oh,
night.
yeah, that's right.
But you can make it like you can go get your characters done. You can go to the arcade. Like there's so many things you can do there.
Yeah. Well, I like doing things that you're building something, and typically something that neither of you are
So
good at.
Legos.
so you both suck like equally.
Exactly.
So
Hmm.
your ideal
Because then
date
you
would be
can-
Mega Blocks because you're good with Legos. So you want something that you're both bad with. Mega Blocks.
No, I boycotted Mega Blocks. I was like, get the fuck out of here. These are
You
crap
elitist
compared to
scum.
Legos.
Right,
dude.
that's why no one's
Seriously,
good with them.
because they're trash.
I don't
dude.
even know what a Mega Bloks looks like. Are they just
A big,
They sound just
shitty
like big
Lego,
Legos.
Yeah, pretty much. Loose fitting, flexible, like chintzy flexibility.
He's not
Loose
kidding.
fitting. just like I like my
being
women.
serious.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Wow, these are just giant shitty Legos. You weren't joking.
No, that's literally. He wasn't kidding by loose, dude. They don't fit tight, dude. They don't get that good click, dude. They hit different.
I kind of want to get. Can we like do a podcast where we just build like a Lego set together?
That would be the worst podcast idea ever.
Yeah, that would probably ever.
It'd be
ever.
like an
It would just hear,
ASMR
like,
thing.
like
We would just be
Just
like,
clicking.
feel like clicking
no.
and stuff, and us just being like.
I think it'd be like
silent.
a wicked ASMR. It'd be wicked popular ASMR
Maybe.
though. People just building
That would-
Legos.
So that wouldn't be a podcast at that point. That would be an ASMR thing.
Can we just record ourselves building a Lego set and not call it a podcast so I can listen to it?
We can do that
Sure.
and then release it on our Patreon if people really want to listen to that. I think first dates are kind of slim these days. You can't you do all the cheesy ones when you're a kid, and now it's just, boiled down. Maybe we're just boring people. I don't know.
Have you guys ever pretended to like
escape
something?
rooms? But escape room is like more of a group. What'd you say?
Have you guys ever pretended to like something on a date?
Like the girl?
Oh wow! Wow. No, like you're saying, like for someone like me who doesn't like drinking, like say a girl was like, "Oh, I love let's go get a beer, like let's go get a flight at a brewery or something," and I'd be like, "Yeah,
right, yeah,
let's
that's
do
what I was
that.
thinking
That's
about."
Great.
Or like,
I love that.
Or like pretending to like a certain type of food, or like pretending to like art. Those are all things that I've heard.
I've heard
people...
of that being so common, but like if you actually want that to turn into anything, they're gonna find out real quick that you're lying, or you're gonna have to continue to do stuff that you hate.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely like a dangerous slope.
It is. I don't know. At my age, I have like little desire to lie about things. And that oftentimes gets me in trouble, but
I don't think it's necessarily lying. It's just like overplaying
just
something that they're also interested in.
Right, like dogs.
Like dogs, like babies.
What did you guys just say?
Escape rooms are fun.
Ooh,
I've always
escape
wanted
rooms.
to do that.
Yeah.
Then whenever I bring it up, everyone's like, "No, that's so dumb."
Well, Dan, there's a lot of jumping in the one that we went to, and I'm afraid.
Listen,
Jay, did you come with us to that
just
escape room?
because I have a
that one
broken
time?
foot.
Okay, yeah. Dude, there's just a lot of movement. You're moving around. You're
mean that I
timed.
can't
You know what I mean?
You're booming, you're shaking.
Yo, if I got my scooter, I can get around quicker than most people can on foot. Okay.
That actually might be an advantage. We could use that.
Dude, what about the one where you have to walk on the
What
log?
if I
If there's an open hallway escape room
and just break their escape room? Boom, solved.
yeah.
Just launch myself through a wall.
Hot pot, which is like an exhaustive way of eating.
Yeah, that's
No, well,
food.
hot pot falls into the same. Hot pot falls in the same category as Korean barbecue, where you overpay to cook your own fucking food.
That's pretty much it's exactly what that is.
You're overpaying to cook your own shit.
Yeah, that's how they get you though, because it's
I
like
feel like it's probably usually
fancy.
like higher quality food and stuff though.
No, it's not. It's just because you're fucking taking a piece of meat and sticking it in a hot pot of water. Like, I don't think it's any
I don't
better
know
quality.
if you go to some places, it's nice food, but
Yeah, but you could say that about any restaurant.
I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
I like a Chunkies.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Combine the movie and the
No.
food. Yep.
I'm actually gonna edit that out because fuck Chunkies. That's the worst fucking. I hate Chunkies.
Why?
Bad food.
Wrong.
Poor seating.
Wrong.
It's just ass. I like
gonna
movies.
disagree
and when
with
I
you
want
on
to see a
this
movie. Okay. Well,
I think the seating could definitely be better. I like the idea of movies and food. Like, there's a place called the Alamo, and like, I think it's down south that does basically Chunkies, but not shitty.
Why do you think it's so
really
shitty?
something.
I'm not like there are no, all of the viewing angles are pretty shit outside of like the middle two tables.
Well, that's why you get to the middle two tables.
Right, but you never can get to the middle two tables.
That's
I'm a
usually
big like
where we-
reserve seating guy.
Yeah. When I want to watch my movies, I want to see it in IMAX. I want everybody to shut the fuck up. I want beautiful sound. It's just, I want it all good stuff, okay?
Since
And
I've had reserved seating as like the norm now, I don't want to go back. I fucking hate going back.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't
really
like about
is.
reserve seating is it takes out the ability to spontaneously be like, let's go see a movie, and then you go and pull it up to buy the tickets, and there's two seats separate from each other, like all the way in the back row to the edges. And you're like, oh no, guess we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Well, if you think that going to see a movie is a crazy spontaneous thing to begin with, then you should be sitting apart. All right, that was really bad. I'm removing that one too. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we don't have that much. Escape rooms is like the only one that I can think of, and sometimes I would say you should just do that with a group of people and not just two
Yeah.
people.
Go-kart racing, like mini go-karts or whatever.
Like
You can't really talk to people when you're doing that.
Going to a driving range.
arcade.
I guess you
I mean, that ties into what I
Launch balls
mentioned
at
at
each
the
other.
beach, but like an arcade is a thing.
Arcade. I don't know if there's something. I mean, we could do like like a truck simulator at an arcade.
Oh, but there's like
I
you
feel
do,
like I could play
air
that game
hockey.
forever.
You can do like you are next to each other doing skee ball, next to each other doing like the basketball games. Like I feel like Dave and Buster's is a pretty common thing that people do.
I've only been there once, and it wasn't a bad time.
Oh, dude, I have never been to Dave and Buster's.
I've been once.
It's like a big adult arcade. It's like an arcade with like a bar in it.
That's pretty much all.
So it's like a Chuck E. Cheese, but with a
yeah,
bar
it's an adult
for
Chuck E.
adults.
Cheese.
Yeah,
I
kinda.
like that. Yep, that's a pretty good description.
Huh.
Except
Doesn't sound
they
appealing.
don't
I don't know.
combine.
It wasn't the
different
most fun I've
pizzas
had, but it
together to
wasn't
make
the
a whole
worst.
pizza. But that's another rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's
They
another
what?
food.
They have these Frankenstein
Yeah,
pizza?
look up the Chuck E. Cheese pizza conspiracy, and you're gonna. Oh man.
All right, well, I'll be up until 3 a.m. now, thanks.
No, but for real, like, look it up. I'm not joking. It's gonna blow your mind, but like, it's too much for us to talk about.
I'll
right
put that
now.
in the show notes for follow-up next week.
Hold on. We talked about it too much. What do you mean? Like they're taking, like, if one table eats half a pizza and another table eats half a pizza, they put the pizzas together
I mean,
to make one whole and give it back? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not gonna accuse Chuck E. Cheese of doing this, but the evidence
Just
to
accuse 'em,
support
fuck
this is outstanding.
Really?
Did people like write numbers on the bottom of their slices or something, and then like?
No, like say
In
you
the
get a
back.
pepperoni pizza, like the way that like the slices line up, like the pepperonis don't line up, the slices are all uneven. Like what, like you put them together, like it's sliced as a pizza, and then like some stick out further than others. Some like don't reach the edge. Oh
yeah,
man.
but I feel like that could just be the management and employees, not
Mm.
necessarily the chain, you know? Because Barstool did a pizza test there, and it was good. He said it was actually good. So
At Chuck E. Cheese?
yeah, Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, it's bar pizza, so I imagine Dave would like that.
Yeah. So I don't
He
know.
likes thin and crisp.
Yeah, that's thin and crisp. That's what he likes. That's right.
I've
I'm
been
more of a
watching so
thick
many pizza reviews. I fucking hate myself. Pizza reviews and golf. That's all it's been.
Really, I've been watching UFC stuff, dude. Don't know why. Would you guys go to a UFC fight as like a first date?
As a first date, watch two men beat the shit out of each other.
No.
I mean, I guess
potentially women.
I guess you would have to like that sort of thing for
yeah,
that.
see,
to
I don't
work.
like that.
And it's not
kind of
very
Yeah.
thing.
romantic.
The problem, but I
Yeah.
could see people that are into that. Like if both parties are interested in that, I could definitely see, because that's something like you're on the couch together. If you're saying going to actually see one live, or okay,
Yeah.
same thing as like a sports event. Like people go see sports, like you say a hockey game or something like that. You know,
I don't like those.
you're sharing the environment, the energy. You know, like you can talk about it while it's happening and stuff. You're both probably gonna get excited
Yeah.
when something happens. You know what I mean? At the same time.
I've never gone on a date to a major sports event, but everyone I've been to, I could see where it would be good date
Yeah,
material.
I feel like that's a common thing. Like people go to, baseball games, hockey games, football games, whatever.
I guess I was trying to think of like neutral things, because like, yeah, those can be fun, but you both have to like the sport.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But that's for
That's true.
anything. Like how you said going and getting a drink is like a common thing that everyone likes. Like I'm not interested in going and getting a drink. Like Ashley isn't.
Yeah, but you're like, right, but
I get that I'm the minority.
different,
I
you know
get
what I
that
mean?
like the majority of people do. But I'm just saying, like, that's with anything.
right, but like, if you go, okay, do you want to go see a hockey game or go get a drink to somebody? Chances are the drink one is going to be the more likely, because not everybody likes hockey.
Yeah. But
You know
it
what I
all
mean?
depends on the person. Like, so the thing is too is when you're going out on a date with someone, usually it's going to be tailored to the person. You know.
Mm-hmm. That's true to
Yeah.
a degree, yeah. But like an escape room though is not like people. Yeah, you get the point. Okay, you get the fucking point. Like escape room, you see where I'm trying to go with it. It's a neutral sort of thing, like Dave and Buster's, sort of neutral. Mini golf,
like a gym workout.
Oh, you lost me there.
Hey, you want to go get sweaty, smelly, and exhausted, and then just
Want to go
pass
see how much
out?
weight I can put up?
Hey, you look really attractive. Would you mind spotting
Hey.
me?
Do you want to go to the gym with me? The best part about it is tomorrow you won't see the fact that I can't put on my own T-shirt.
Dude, you know what really sucks though? If you're like trying to work out a lot and you go too hard at the gym, like say you do chest or whatever, and like you know how when you do chest, you, like in triceps, you just can't push. Like if you try to roll over in bed, you literally just can't.
Yeah.
Now try to like you accidentally do that, and then you have like a date that you know you guys are gonna have a little bit of coitus,
Fucking.
and you're just like, dude, you can't support your own weight.
I mean, it happens to me all the time when I do legs. I'm like, well, you're gonna have to do the work today. Sorry. Like, literally, just I'm fucking useless.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But again, that's like a relationship thing versus a dating thing. I could see where that would be shittier as a date, like the end of the night.
right?
You're just
If
getting
you're in a
hot and heavy,
rela-
and you just collapse on her because you fucking put up 245 for 3. You know.
Dude, you know what I hate? when you accidentally hurt the person that you're like going on a date with,
Mm.
and you don't know her that well or them that well.
You mean physically?
You accidentally hurt her?
Like,
yeah, like
emotionally?
I
Right,
punched
like-
her in the face.
yeah,
I
you
thought she could
accidentally,
take it.
accidentally punch her in the face, but not like, but accidentally. You know what I mean? Like accidentally elbow her, or like step on her toe, and she's like actually in pain, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm so sorry." Like,
But then that lets them know
Yeah, that's
how
brutal.
strong you are and that you can protect them against someone. You know?
No, I
Nope,
don't think that's a
that's how
good
it
flex
works.
at all.
Just
That's what I'm going to start doing.
I hurt you so I could hurt
Yep.
other people who
Now
try
you
to hurt
can see
you.
how much pain I can inflict upon our enemies.
Together we shall destroy them.
Yeah, that is definitely not what I was getting at. But you just accidentally hurt the person.
You know what's even worse than that though?
What?
When your best friend knocks a fucking glass off the table and you have to pretend like you don't know him.
That sounds terrible.
Is
If someone
not a
that
good
I knew did
Uh.
that, I would be like, I would shun them away to the bathroom or something, so they could go
Yeah,
take
okay,
full
well,
body
let's-
selfies.
I'm not gonna say names, but
But Jonah,
when Jonah did that. Yeah, we were at a brewery and I don't know, he was cleaning up the table or something and just smacked like the pizza thing, which slid off and hit the glass, and the glass fell onto the ground. Yeah, I guess you said it bounced once and then
yeah,
it
it
broke.
bounced once and then shattered.
Yeah, it didn't even shatter. Just one side broke off. The guy made fun of him for it. He's like, "You didn't even shatter this one."
It basically called him a pussy. It was pretty funny.
Just like that cop when I got pulled
Yeah,
over. Well, actually,
that's
I
a
didn't
good
get pulled over. We've told that one before though.
Oh, yeah, I think we've told that one before. But, like, I don't understand what that guy was doing. He was like sitting with a group of people, but he worked there. I don't know. I got weird vibes from him. He was like an embedded bouncer. I
Oh,
felt like he was an undercover cop.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he was like sitting with a group in the table right behind where you were sitting for like
The guy that cleaned up
hours.
the glass was.
Yeah. He was like walking around, like he cleaned up the glass. He was going and talking to the people behind the bar, and then he would just come back and sit with that table.
Oh, maybe he's like an owner or manager or something.
Maybe that would make sense if he was giving Jonah shit.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, I mean he was sitting behind you, so it would be kind of hard for you too. But
Yeah, so not a good first date, Jonah. No, I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
Jonah,
I'm
you
sorry.
ruined it for everybody.
I just don't.
I
Come on.
don't know. Can we think of one? Can we think of one more? One more good first date.
One more good first date: laser tag.
Ooh,
No,
paintball.
I get way too competitive.
No,
No,
I don't think paintball.
girls are gonna be like, "Oh, I got shot in the tat."
Oh my
Just like-
tit.
Yeah, they
Strip
shot me
club?
right in the ass.
To be honest, though,
Strip
that might
club.
be a good date. Not a first date, but like someone that you've been going out with for a little while.
A strip club.
Yeah,
I've not gone to a strip
same
club.
here.
That could be an
I've had very
admirable
little
thing.
desire to do so.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's
Same.
not
Like
like
we have the internet. Like I don't need to.
You're killing an industry, Jay. Damn it. Pioneers.
First
bro.
they went for the stores, then they went for the strip club. When will they stop?
They went for the manufacturing and then the strip clubs.
When will you learn
Make America great again.
that your actions have consequences? Go to Starbucks and order a grande
Oh,
and get a tall.
you know what?
Like what the fuck? That's a good first date.
Bowling.
Bowling's a good one.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trash at bowling.
Me too.
Oh, dude, my significant other kicks my ass at bowling. It's
Really?
infuriating. And skee
That's-
ball too.
Skee ball? I haven't played skee ball in so long.
It's like
Well, that's
finesse
part of
things.
skee ball is in the arcade that I mentioned.
Yeah, it's like little skee ball. Wait, skee
Huh.
ball's like little bowling
Skee ball.
with a jump.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, I guess bowling. But why is bowling acceptable still and mini golf really isn't? I mean, I guess you
Mini
could
golf is acceptable.
say- Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
It feels
mini-golf,
childish.
I feel no. Oh, I feel. Never mind. I retract my statement that I was gonna say.
No, please,
Okay.
Dan, continue.
Now you gotta say it.
I was gonna say I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like mini golfing is more popular than bowling, and then I realized that like bowling has its own like Illuminati. Like there's an underground culture of like bowling, masons going on or some shit.
Yeah,
I feel like bowling is
bowling
actually
masons.
like way bigger than I think it is.
Maybe. I don't know. Bowling.
Watching a
Maybe.
professional bowler is.
How about going to like a
A sight to
concert?
behold.
That would be a date.
Well, concerts like a movie though. You can't really
Yeah,
talk
true.
much.
Ooh, what about those like painting things?
Oh yeah, like a
Ooh,
painting
yeah,
night.
a little artsy craftsy.
Artsy craftsy.
Well, you
Girls
don't
love
want to
that,
see
right?
that
Art,
you're
how
like
about,
totally inept at the paintbrush.
like
though.
museum. If you're into that, like
car
museum of
meet.
art. or something like that. Like an art gallery, something like that.
If you guys, yeah, but that's really good. Like, I love that. If a girl was like, "Hey, let's go see the aviation museum," I'd just be like, "Erection!" Like, let's go. I fucking love museums, and even the Museum of Fine Arts.
Yeah.
Like, I still love that place too.
Museum of
I heard
Science.
that.
Oh man,
Museum of Science. That's pretty good too. It's I don't know. That's a good one. I like museums.
I'm trying to think of what was like popular things that people
Pottery,
did.
like a pottery class.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Any of those kind of class
thinking-
night things, like a
Yeah,
cooking
that's
class.
real
Yeah,
they
early
group, like,
2000
Yeah.
shit.
Cooking classes into that too.
Yeah, that's true. Any classes,
else?
anytime you're like, let's learn.
In high
You
school,
go to couples counseling for your first date.
I feel like in high school, like ice skating was a real popular thing.
Yeah, I mean, it still is.
Yeah.
Like, if you go to Rockefeller Center.
Roller skating too. That's like I feel like that might be
Mm,
something that
mm-mm.
like roller rinks or
Skating
something.
could be good.
Any type of.
Have
I
you
haven't
guys
been on
gone roller skating before?
Like in the 90s
Yeah.
or early 2000s.
I think you're
A zoo?
which is basically the 90s. The zoo. I'm not a big zoo guy,
Not
I mean, I love the animals. So
but seeing them so confined
yeah.
right.
hurts my soul.
Yep.
Like that polar bear that we saw in location in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're shooting
Yeah.
too. That's a thing. That's more niche.
Shooting polar bears?
Yes.
Yeah.
Much more
guess you
niche,
could.
but like I've heard of girls who
Oh.
have gone on first dates with guys shooting, and like they enjoy
Yeah,
it.
Getting tattoos together, matching tattoos on the first date.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yep.
perfect. Actually, I don't know why we didn't think of that one first.
Bleaching your
Um,
asshole, getting matching
Jesus.
Brazilians while we're at it. These are all go great.
I mean,
with-
while you're in the strip mall, right?
yeah.
Right.
So we'll bang them
Well,
all out.
Shooting is like, that's kind of niche because I know a lot of girls where if I'm like, hey, yeah, they're like, oh, I don't know how it comes up. Be like, oh yeah, I don't know. I probably just say I carry, but if I'm carrying a gun,
Mhm.
if they see it or something like that, they'll get freaked
Yeah.
out, and it's just
You
like,
gonna murder me?
yeah, oh my god, you're just afraid of it. Some women are just afraid of guns. I don't know. I guess my dad says he's afraid of gun too, but I mean,
Pepe's afraid of guns?
How about like a comedy, like a stand-up night or something like that?
Oh, dude, I want to start going to more stand-up nights. I'm so glad you brought that up because I like improv. Like, I'm taking improv classes right now. I think they're a lot of fun. I want to get into more like stand-up comedy stuff. I have a good time doing that. That's actually a pretty good date because you're laughing and you want to like.
Hopefully, if the fucking set's good.
Well, yeah. That's a tough job, dude. I don't know if I could be a stand-up comedian.
Mhm.
Yeah, but wow, all right, we're at a hour 7. Bit of a roller coaster today, but I enjoyed it. If you
Had
didn't
some good
enjoy
laughs.
it, yeah, if you didn't enjoy it, send us an angry message on Facebook. Thank you guys for listening,
And just remember that Zach thinks I'm a bad date.
and don't go on first dates with Dan. Okay, all right, goodbye, guys.
I love you.
Bye bye.